How to develop emotional responsibility in a relationship. Do you find yourself suffering because you are unable to express what you feel? This feeling may stem from a lack of emotional accountability. It is crucial for a good course in relationships, whether it concerns relationships, friendships or family. The responsibility on the emotional level stems from specific pillars in a relationship. For example, dialogue, respect, empathy, care and affection. In this article, we will explain what emotional responsibility in a relationship entails. It will make it easier for you to develop and establish healthy and honest relationships. Before we dive into the concept of emotional accountability, take a moment to think about how you expect and want people to treat you in your various relationships, e.g., your partner, friends, and even family. Emotional responsibility is essential for a relationship to be healthy. You need to be aware of how you feel in relation to how other people act. At the same time, you must be able to communicate it in an assertive way. Only in this way can you have healthy relationships based on communication and respect. Emotional responsibility in a relationship. Emotional accountability is a way of understanding your interpersonal relationships. It is based on taking care of your feelings and emotions that arise within the framework of relationships. According to Wojtyla, this means being emotionally aware of the effect that one's actions have on others. In fact, it is only by having emotional accountability that we can create lasting and naturally healthy bonds. Emotional responsibility in a relationship is characterized by to communicate or express your expectations and feelings about your relationship. Mutually establish boundaries in order to maintain respect between the two of you. To take care of each other. Understand the weight of your actions and how they affect your partner's life. To maintain good communication, especially if you have to discuss an issue that is bothering you. Emotional responsibility means being clear, respectful and empathetic to what the other person is feeling. What emotional responsibility in a relationship does not entail. On the other hand, emotional responsibility in a relationship does not include invalidating your partner's feelings and preventing him/her from expressing themselves. Transgressing boundaries, not being clear or breaking previously agreed agreements. Behaving in a way that makes your partner imagine opportunities when in reality you have no intention of committing to the relationship. Believe that your partner must guess what you feel, need, or think. Keeping relevant information related to your feelings hidden. Although your way of fulfilling emotional responsibility does not change from one day to the next, you usually learn and improve this ability along the way. In fact, any investment that you can make in this area will usually be really valuable. Consequences of emotional responsibility in a relationship. It is probably easier to understand the concept of emotional responsibility in the context of a romantic relationship. However, it is also relevant in family, work or friendship relationships. Emotional responsibility in a relationship involves the following. Understanding that your relationship is not just about yourself. It means putting selfishness aside and being empathetic. After all, this is another person with their own strengths and weaknesses, and you need to learn in the best possible way what it means to share everything with them. Realizing that all relationships have conflict. We all have the right to make mistakes. But emotional responsibility means that you must take responsibility for your actions, be able to ask for forgiveness, and also forgive your partner. However, this should not be an endless cycle. If it is, you may be dealing with a toxic partner. Taking responsibility for your feelings. You need to understand that you cannot blame your partner for what you feel. You need to understand where your emotions are coming from and what they are trying to tell you. Responsible behavior on the emotional level. Now that you know what emotional responsibility is, put it into practice. While understanding it is helpful, practicing it is even more helpful and will truly improve the health of your relationship. If there is emotional accountability in your relationship, there will be assertive communication. It is often difficult to express what you want, what bothers you and what you feel. But by speaking directly, clearly and honestly, you will be able to prevent and overcome conflicts. Agreements that satisfy everyone. It is the best way to overcome problems and conflicts. Through dialogue, you must determine what is and is not permitted. Anticipation of complications. Commit to your partner and understand that there will inevitably be difficult moments, but you will not abandon him or her. Clear and honest communication. Lay the groundwork to express yourself comfortably. Borders. These are essential in interpersonal relationships for healthy emotional exercises and reciprocity. The absence of these will lead to problems of various kinds. Mutual care. Caring for both your partner and yourself. Validation. This is central to emotional responsibility. Honesty. Fraud has a wide spectrum of behavior. Those who hide their feelings and those who seek to evoke an emotion in the other without any real reason are deceitful. Irresponsible emotional behavior. Some examples of irresponsible emotional behavior are the following: breach of previous agreements, crossing boundaries, breakdown of communication, ghosting, gaslighting or other manipulations. So what do you do if you detect a lack of emotional accountability in your partner? You can try to tell him/her. After all, he/she may not realize it or has not yet developed emotional responsibility himself. But always remember that you cannot change your partner. Only you can decide, and it. If you continue to be hurt by attachment to someone, remember to respect yourself. You deserve a relationship based on mutual love. Practice emotional negotiation. If you think about it, emotional accountability is similar to a negotiation process where, through communication, you reach an agreement for the benefit of the parties involved. It is important to emphasize how important it is to maintain communication in different types of relationships. Conversation is arguably the best way to find out what another person needs and communicate it. In order to translate emotional responsibility into practice, it is important to work with assertiveness. Only then can you say clearly, honestly and directly what you want, what bothers you and what you feel. Consistency in your relationship. Emotional accountability seeks to build more enriching bonds in your relationship. It, therefore, implies that you should not let your partner suffer or force him/her to accept the consequences of your way of thinking and acting. It also means that there must be coherence between your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. After all, if you fill your partner with doubt or confusion, it will hurt him/her unnecessarily. In conclusion, emotional accountability does not imply that you must act perfectly. It is actually impossible. It involves acting and speaking with empathy and respect, making agreements through dialogue, and respecting your partner. And if you make a mistake and cause a conflict, you must be responsible and accept the consequences.